I'm Marianne Wilson. I'm a teacher at Shawnee High School. I teach math. I have epilepsy that is occurring from my left temporal lobe. Synapses go towards it and they don't connect, and it causes that side of my brain to stop. And that's where I black out and have a petit grand mal seizure. Back when I was in my young teens, I would just sit and stare, and then my parents would say, Mare, come back to me. And then they would be getting longer and longer. And finally, when I was in my late 20s, I had a full-blown grand mal seizure where I lost my bodily fluids. I was spitting up blood, foaming at the mouth, and I did not wake up for over 2.5 hours.
When I must have been like 4 or 5, I just remember waking up in my bedroom to my dad like screaming, and we had to go to the hospital.
When I get home from work, I'm stuck in the house, and if I need something, I can't go and get anything. So it's me getting depressed, and I'm at a point where I finally said, all right, I'm going to try this surgery.
And she was like, yeah, I'm getting surgery in October. And I was like, oh, okay. She's like, yeah, I might not remember a lot of stuff, or like, I might not be able to talk, but yeah, I'm getting it done. And I was like, oh no, that's not good.
The hardest was actually just to definitely make the decision to actually do it. They were putting me asleep because they had to stick a monitor down my throat as well as another one down my nose. They removed some of my hair, cut the back of my skull open, and then they did the surgery, the rest of the surgery, with 3 lasers. It took over like 7 hours for the entire surgery.
I kept texting my stepdad, and he sent me a picture, actually, and I told my mom about that like a week later, and she was like, I didn't want him to send anything. And I was like, oh, sorry. I asked him, like, I was like, please, can you just send me a picture so I know she's okay?
And then once I got released from the hospital, yeah, I couldn't move for a few days. I still have a good headache, which they said I would have a headache for about 3 months.
I think she just didn't want me to see her, like, in a weak position.
I have to be seizure-free for a year to be close to be getting my license back or any of my medication to be reduced. Unfortunately today, even though I was 1 month free from having a seizure, I did have my first seizure today. Depressing, but yeah, that was a hard one today. I was excited for a month without any seizures, but I had one today.
I was teaching with her this year when she was recovering from her surgery. In the early morning when she had just gotten into school, she was by the mailboxes, and there was 2 other co-workers just holding her up just to keep her standing. And we actually had class the next period. I thought she was gonna go home. I was hoping she'd go home and rest, but that's how she is. She does not let it affect her day as much as she possibly can. And there we were teaching that very next period.
Well, I've got to call the doctor over at the hospital, and I don't know whether they're going to make me come in, but I have an appointment in December. I have to go every month for them to check, do an MRI and then a CAT scan for them to keep looking at what's going on in my brain. The doctors said I could still have a seizure at any time. I would like to think I'm okay, like I'm not gonna have a seizure, but it's in my head all the time. Tomorrow I could have a seizure. I'm still not, 100% positive I'm okay. I'm trying to relax more, which is hard for me to relax more. The next year they will reduce my medicine, and they said if I don't have any seizures, I might be within 3 years be able to get my license back, which I haven't driven in, I think, almost 9 years now. I'd have to buy a car.